How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'll just go ahead and start so that we're able to keep time. Hi, everybody. My name is Jane, Coach Jane. I am a mindset coach. I'm based in the UAE, and I'm happy to be in today's topic. Over to you, Coach Joy.
Hello, everyone. I'm sure everyone here in Mindset Shift CEO, you know what it means to be a mindset CEO is basically to be a CEO of your life. And I'm a CEO of my life. So I'm excited to be here to be serving you. My name's Joyce Loy Champere, and I am a confidence coach. Today, I will give the introduction.
All right, go ahead.
I find this topic interesting and I love it because for me to live fully, I had to start living unapologetically. And my advice for you today, after this session, is to start living unapologetically if you were not living unapologetically. But what does it mean to live unapologetically? That is something you hear people asking because when you hear unapologetically, it kind of means don't apologize when you're wrong, be rude, treat other people wrongly or poorly. It doesn't mean that. It simply means living your life well without caring, what others think of you. Just you choosing you and you choosing to live your life well. So back to you to Coach J to give your introduction.
Thank you. It's lovely what you've said. And I just want to add and say that living unapologetically does not necessarily mean that you become arrogant, because that's the other thing that people tend to have in mind. And as a mindset coach, that's something that I've come a lot, like I've encountered a lot. When you tell somebody you need to live unapologetically, you'll be like, people will say I'm arrogant. No, it's not about being arrogant. It's about you being authentic, you being yourself. Like when I look at Coach Joy, I know, yeah, she's living an whatever she does, whether to me it appears to be right or wrong, according to her, that's what it means to her. So I will go ahead and give the first point. Number one, I will say values. Have values. And what do I mean by values? Values are key words that identify a person. When you go to any organization, they have the values and they will tell you that in this company, these are our values. We have trust, integrity, we have authenticity, we have passion. All these are values that identify a person. So when you have personal values as a person, what do I mean by values? Personally, one of my values is integrity. So, in whatever I do, if I feel that it doesn't align with my values, then I'm able to make a decision on that point. And whether you like what I say or what I do, that does not matter. It's me living an apologetic life. I'm not here to make you happy. I'm here to live my authentic life. Over to you, Coach Joy.
So that's a lovely point. And I think my point lies within yours. Be your authentic self. So one thing about us human, we are all unique. I am unique. Coach J is unique in her own ways. And when you start embracing your uniqueness, it makes it very easy for you to live an apologetic life. Because at the end of the day, when you are around people and all you do is, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, you are always sorry for being yourself, then there is a problem. So being your authentic self, being your authentic self. I've repeated it twice. Why? Because when you start being your authentic self, you start making yourself special. You start living fast. You start being you. You don't try to please people. You stop being a people pleaser. Because every time you're pleasing other people, you are losing yourself. So be your authentic self. Don't do the people pleasing and live authentically. Live unapologetically. Back to you, Coach Jay.
Yeah, the basic word is just be authentic. And we always say, like in the group we are now, be like mindset shift CEOs. As the CEO, you have to be authentic. You don't have to be copying what other people are doing. You're supposed to be yourself. And my next point is going to be stop generalizing things. And what do I mean by generalizing? Just because it happened to Coach Joy does not necessarily mean it's going to happen to me. By me living apologetically, it doesn't matter if she stepped on mud. I might go on and find a different surface. So you have to stop generalizing things. You have to stop postponing things because you feel like, because it happened to so and so, it's bound to happen for me. So you lose out on opportunities. You lose out on things that might change your life. You lose out in so many things. And what happens is, because of that mindset you're having of generalizing everything, you just stop living your authentic self. You just stop living you just stop living unapologetically. You just start being there. You're always there. You're always having that mindset like, I cannot do this, it's not possible, and all that. Over to you.
All right. So my next point is going to be use your voice. Use your voice to show who you are, to be who you are. For me, most of my points I think are going to be more of who you are, because at the end of the day, I'm a confidence coach, right?
Yes.
So the only way you can live authentically, the only way you can live fully, by using also your voice. Sometimes, for example, what I could give an example of us, Coach Jay. We come up with topics and we educate other people. Maybe even we train them on things they did not know before. What does that make us? It makes us better. Every time we talk about something, for me, I learn and I become better at it. Like right now, the topic we have right now, I've been living unapologetically, but me listening to you explaining what it means to live unapologetically, it makes me understand that, you know what, I wasn't doing something wrong after all. You know, the only thing is I'm not doing wrong to someone. And use your voice as long as you're not hurting someone else. Use your voice to help others. Use your voice to motivate other people, to inspire other people. You spoke about coaching minds, and I think I'm going to give an example of Paul, coaching mind manager, managing director. Adele, the whole team at Coaching Minds, you actually feel like you're home, you know? For me, I've started referring to people at Coaching Minds as family, because every time I'm in the Coaching Mind meetings, I'm around them, like we have meetings, you feel like you can be yourself. You have a voice. I can use my voice to be me without caring what are they going to think about me. I use my voice to be myself. And the only way you can live fully in life is by always using your voice without caring what others are going to think of you. Back to you, Coach Jane.
Just to amplify your point, also it's by checking the people who are around you. Do they encourage you to live unapologetically, or they encourage you to, to be in that box, to constrain yourself, never to speak your voice, never to be authentic? Again, the crowd that you keep matters a lot. My other point is about self-forgiveness. And with self-forgiveness, these are things that happened in the past. These are things that we are still carrying on our shoulders. These are things that are becoming heavy. They're becoming like burdens. It's like they're dragging us. So whenever you want to take a step forward, you remember, oh man, this happened to me the other day, and you start feeling bad for yourself. So you need to forgive yourself. You need to let it go. Yes, it happened. So what? This is where we say failure should not be something that keeps you down. It should be something that you learn. It should be something that molds you. Take responsibility of what happened to you. And when you do that, you start becoming powerful because your mindset is shifting. Once you start shifting your mindset from that self pity hole, you start becoming bold. And when you, let's say, for example, the last time you pitched for a presentation, you failed miserably, not even failing, it didn't go as planned. If you go and stay in that pitch, you don't forgive yourself maybe for not doing the due diligence. The next time you're going for another presentation, you need to have forgiven yourself for what happened. You need to learn from that situation. And by the time you walk into this other presentation, you're a better person. So let it go. It's fine. It happened. What can we do about it? Just learn from that process and life moves on. Every day is a blank page for you to write a new story. Be better than the Joyce Law of yesterday. Be better than the Joyce Law of 1 minute ago. And that is what I always remind myself. I am going to be better than the Jane of 5 minutes ago. So, what am I supposed to do? Learn from 5 minutes ago. And that's it. Let it go. Stop living in the past. Over to you.
All right, that's a very strong point. 5 minutes ago. Yeah, all right, so 1 week ago.
5 minutes.
Anyway, I should change to 1 minute ago. Yes. So the other thing that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to read first. Being brave is not being unafraid, but feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Okay. So this point is going to lead us to find the courage to face your fears and take risks. We are scared of risks in life
Mm-hmm.
because every time someone tells you something or brings a topic, the first thing is, huh? How will I come up with the knowledge about that? But this era, this generation we are in right now, everything has been given to us. It's like on a silver plate. You know, there's that thing in Africa when you've grown up where there is they give you everything, like the cars are there, the money is there, you travel the way you want. They say you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Right
Mm-hmm.
now in this generation, I feel we have been blessed with almost everything on a silver plate. Google. There is Google. Google anything you want and you're going to find it. We don't even need to read books anymore. Books are there, yes, some of us read, but some people don't need to read. All they do is, how can I be a better person today? A lot of things come through for them to be a better person. What am I trying to say is take risks. This era is all about innovation. If you're not being innovative, there's a big problem. Competition is so high. But don't forget who you are, because when you get caught up into the competition, the social the social media hype, then there is a problem. What am I trying to say is find courage to face fear and take risks in whatever you want. You want to be better than you are, just like Coach just said, better than 5 minutes ago. Sometimes you gotta take risks, and you have to be brave. Brave doesn't mean strong. Brave doesn't mean brave means doing things you're actually scared of doing.
Mm-hmm.
I could give examples of myself. I could give examples of you, Coach J. You're once scared of what? Of facing the camera to do videos. Right now, you're the one reminding me, hey Jay, we have a we have a session this Wednesday, You
Mm.
get like you took the risk. You told yourself, you know what? That is something I was telling myself and I can get over it. And here we are, 3 months down the
Yeah.
road. Your YouTube channel is growing. Three down the road, we have lives every Wednesday. So for me, when I look at that, I see growth. But where did the growth come from? You taking the courage, that step in facing your fears and becoming brave. Back to you, Coach Jay.
You're taking me back to 3 months ago when you're asking me what is wrong. Why? Why can't you do this? It's about taking the first step. And when I think about it, it's like a baby. When a baby is born, they don't know how to walk. So what happens? They have to stand and fall until eventually they are running. Now it's you or the parent, you're like, stop running. I cannot keep up with you. So it's the same thing. For you to live unapologetically, as Coach Joya said, take risks one day at a time and see how powerful you become. My next point is don't dismiss your feelings. In order for you to live unapologetically, you should start listening to your emotions and feelings. What am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? And I always say, I think it's in all the lives I normally mention, ask yourself questions, because it is only through the questions you become resourceful. And the moment I ask myself, what am I feeling? I will have an answer for myself. Of course, it's my body. So I need to have an answer for that. And then when I have the answer, why am I feeling this way? Then I'll have some answers for myself. So why am I? And the tree keeps growing and growing and growing. And by the time you're done, you come to realize there was a reason this feeling was there. And some people attribute it to the gut feeling. You remember we have three types of the feelings, the head. So it may be the gut feeling that is talking to you. But because you dismissed that feeling, because you dismissed that emotion that you had, you lost out on an opportunity. Or maybe you walked yourself into a trap because you refused to be authentic. You refused to stand and say, no, Coach Joy, I'm not going that way with you. You've seen movies where people are saying, that feeling was telling me not to go. They wanted us to go to this party, I didn't go, and then this happened, da 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 da. That feeling, always question it. Why do I have this feeling? Over to you.
That feeling is taking care of yourself. My next point is taking care of yourself.
Mhm.
Gosh, this I do well, and I hope others can do well. So, taking care of yourself is one of those things where you are living unapologetically. You wake up in the morning, you make that money. Okay, those ones who work, the corporate, the corporate individuals, the professionals, or
Mhm.
even anyone, entrepreneurs. Like you make the money. Why not leave it a little? Save, yes, but leave a little. And the only way you can live and feel fulfilled that you've lived is by taking care of yourself. So there's
Mhm.
something that Kerry Washington says, and I love it. So Kerry Washington says, I try to put myself first. If I don't put my own physical and emotional health first, then I'm not really useful to any movement, to any work of art, to any creative endeavors. I have to be aware. Now, this is the thing everyone should be aware of. Even me, I had to learn something today from Kerry Washington. I have to be aware that I'm not being selfish to do self-care, to take care of myself, to go do a pedicure, to go do a manicure, to go for a spa treatment. I'm not
Mhm.
being selfish. I'm not being self-absorbed. I'm not being self-obsessed. Okay? I
Mhm.
am just being self-aware of what my needs are and what I'm willing to take care of, what my needs are. So self-care for me is something I take serious. Spiritual self-care. Do you actually pray for yourself, or you're only waiting for your mother's prayers or your pastor? you know there are
Uh-huh.
lots of different types of self-care, but people take them for granted. They're like, oh, that's luxury, it's for certain people who have money. There are lots of free things you can do. Meditation for self-care. So self-care is one of those things that you have to do if you want to live unapologetically. And just like Kerry Washington says, that is not being selfish, it's not being self-obsessed, it's not being self-absorbed, it's just you being self-aware of the needs that you need. Back to you, Coach Jay.
Right now, I'm saying always remind yourself that I will not apologize for loving myself. I will not apologize for treating myself. I deserve it. It is okay for me to do that. It is okay for me to look after myself. And that is basically what Coach Joy is saying, living unapologetically. Yes, you asked me for something, I said no, and then you're like, but I saw you doing this. It's fine. I'm taking care of myself. I am a priority as well. Okay. So my next point is show up even when it feels like your heart will jump out. Show up even when you feel like your voice does not want to come out. Show up even when you think you're going to be alone in that event. Just show up. What happens when you show up? New opportunities come your way, new things come your way. Just by showing up, I was talking to Coach Joy yesterday. I know I refer to you a lot, but we talk a lot. And I was telling you about the new opportunity that you have just by showing up, just by doing something. A greater opportunity came our way. We didn't know what to expect in the first place. We were just making a bid. But by showing up, by us putting our foot out, by us just going and being like, oh my God, my voice is going to disappear in this global forum, something amazing happened out of that. What happened if we didn't show up? What happens if we don't show up for this or for this event or for this something? These opportunities, they just slide, they just pass you, and you always say, ah, so and so is very lucky. So and so is very lucky. I don't know why I'm never lucky. I don't know what is my problem. I think I am cast. I think this is happening. But it's because you're not showing up. It's because you're not showing people that you are interested. It's because you're not making that noise, that constructive noise that brings people to yourself. That is how we live unapologetically, just by showing up. Let them say you're arrogant, but at the end of the day, You are doing you. You are doing what matters for yourself. So in everything, make sure that you show up. Back to you, Coach Joy.
Yeah, and like I always say, show up, dress up, and be you. Mm. If we all give up hope and do nothing, then indeed there is no hope.
Mm,
Our small decision, choices, and actions make a very big difference. What is my point? My point is very simple. Lead in your own way and create change. What did we decide, me and Coach Jay? We decided to set up Mindset CEOs, Mindset Shift CEOs, because we share a common goal to help other people from fixed mindsets to growth mindsets. Because
mm-hmm,
this is a very common thing among us, even ourselves. While we talk about these topics, we are growing our mindsets. So are we bringing a change? Yes, hell yes, we are bringing a change, you know? So lead your way and create change. Share your unique gifts to the world. Our unique gifts are this. We actually went and got certified for being coaches. And what are we using this for? To serve you. Are we getting paid for this? No. Do we love it? Yes. Do we get excited every Wednesday? Yes. We dress up and show up. And the other day when we were in the meeting with Paul, I was so excited when he made that statement of let's make a difference. Let's change the world. Because with whatever we are, with everything that we are able to bring a change to others. Because at the end of the day, we are here to serve others. And that goes to everyone out there. You can serve in your own way. It can even just be small things, being kind. You can lead and cause a change in your workplace by being kind if you're in an environment that is unkind. There are lots of different ways. So that is going to be my last point for today. And I'm going to be saying thank you so much. And I hope while you're watching this live right now, for those who are with us right now, and for those going to watch it later, I hope you learn to live unapologetically. And if there is something we did not mention on how to live unapologetically, leave it in our comment section. For our YouTube channels, leave your comment section sharing with us what it means to you living unapologetically. Back to you, Coach Jay.
amazing, amazing points. And as I conclude, I would like to say that we've all had this quote that goes around that says that when you learn how much you're worth, you'll stop giving people discounts. And that is part of how you start living unapologetically, because right now you realize that you feel like, this person is taking me for granted. Why are they taking you for granted? It's because you're not showing them how much you're worth. You're not showing them your level of worthiness, because you are just living behind the scenes. You're okay with everything that comes your way. Living unapologetically does not necessarily mean you're giving people a clean slide to walk over. You are telling people, hey, this is Jane, and Jane stands for A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So don't step that line. Don't step on my values. That is me. And people will start respecting you for that. People will start, like, the way they behave around you. You'll hear people saying, no, don't do that. She doesn't like that. Why do they do that? Because they realize that Coach Joy is associated with these values. And when you step on those values, there will be a problem. And that is how, ladies and gentlemen, you live unapologetically. Thank you so much for joining us. As Coach Joya said, if there's any, we could not cover everything in the interest of time. Make sure to leave a comment in both in the group or in our YouTube channels. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Coach Joy. I'll see you next week.
See you soon.
Bye
Stay safe and stay blessed.
bye.